Hi everyone, it's Mike with Crane Realty. Wanted to give another tech video. For anybody who knows me, I love to talk about technology and how it can find its way to integrate into the real estate world. Today, I want to be talking about my iPad. Over the last several months, I've been using an iPad when I go and do showings at various properties, and I've just been finding that for my clients, they've really been enjoying the experience that I get to bring by introducing some technology that essentially provides a lot more richer experience for them as they're going through their showings. Traditionally, what I would do in the past is essentially, if we're going to see 5 homes, I'd print out 5 individual client full views, which is just some very basic information: number of baths, bedroom, taxes, and that kind of information, connected sewer, water, or a well and septic, and so on. That was fine, but I often found that there was a lot of additional questions that my buyers would throw at me, and then I would be writing down a list of questions and then getting back to them about that. Especially after we do, let's say during a weekend, for a particular buyer, maybe 4 or 5 showings, each individual one having its own questions. It's just kind of a lot easier to right there and encapsulate that type of property in its showing and answer as many questions as possible, and have had really great success with the tablet. So I wanted to do a little bit of a screen share and just kind of go over what it actually might look like if you or I were to go to a property and do a showing, what I would be actually showing you as far as information on my tablet. All right, so doing a little bit of a screen recording right here. Right here, I'm just bringing up one of my broker, one of her listings. Uh, but you'll see right here at the very top, we have just general information on the listing itself, public records, some photos, history, parcel map, flood map, and way over here we have attachments to the list. We'll actually start there because for a lot of my buyers, they're going to ask a number of different questions with regard to when was the roof recently done or replaced? When was the septic pumped and inspected? A lot of that information is going to be under attachments. This listing, and no surprise from one of Jackie's listings, would have a bit more information regarding her attachments, as she's very thorough. But as you'll see right here, we have the property condition disclosure. If it was a rental, there might be rent rolls that we could actually access and look at. Let me scroll down right here, and we're just going to go right on over to, up for a second, right there. So complete tear off, when it was replaced, and the best understanding that they have was somewhere between 10 and 12 years. Right? Scrolling down a little bit further, RG&E is the provider, amperage, 100, circuit breakers, and so on. And just kind of scrolling to the top here, we'll go back to the listing itself. And we can click on flood map. This is really nice. Maybe it doesn't pertain so much for this particular property, but if you do have a very active creek, waterbed, bay, if there's an area where you're like, maybe we should check and see, does it fall within a floodplain? Do we need to have additional insurance? Usually that's disclosed on the listing, but it's just nice to see on a map itself. Here, I'll kind of maybe scroll off to an area. Yeah, something like this, if you're in any one of these lots, might need to actually have flood insurance. But for this particular property, falls outside of that special flood hazard. All right. Clicking on a few other additional pieces of information, parcel map. Right over here, you get to see the dimensions, the road, the amount of linear footage that it has on it, as it correlates with the rest of the town. You can kind of zoom out right here and kind of get a good understanding of where that property falls. History is really nice, especially if it's a property that's been listed a couple of times. You get to see over the years maybe its increases and decreases in the market and what it's sold for, who's owned it. A lot of that's going to be public record too, but to have it all in one spot under one tab is really nice to see. We also have photos as well, so you can kind of click through and see any additional photos. In addition to that, we can actually bring up previous listings, look at the photos of the past listings, and see maybe juxtaposed to the listing that we have currently, what is something that we can compare? Maybe there's an improvement that the listing or the sellers didn't make mention of that we can see and be like, oh, you know what? Interior wise, looks nothing like it. They've actually painted everything. They've put flooring throughout, and that's taken place over the last, and you can compare when that previous listing was to the current listing that you're walking through right there. Um, Public record, again, just some general information, but it's nice to see some things here that are on public record all in one place. And then going back to the listing itself, I'll scroll quickly to the bottom right here, and you can see the various pieces of information, tax assessments and tax information, public connected, AC, forced air. Again, most of that information is usually going to be on the client full view printout in the first place, but it's just really nice to have this information. So hopefully that was helpful to you to kind of get a sense for, if we're going to go do a showing, working with either a realtor like myself, frankly, a lot of agents that are on board with Crane Realty right now, a ton of them are using tablets, and they're just finding that, like I said, for my clients, for them and their clients, really enriches that experience as you walk through these properties to have somebody that can actually show you a whole bunch of different information, whether it's answering questions of, who's my neighbor? Who owns that farmland behind me? A bunch of just different information that can be addressed and answered for you with just a few really quick mouse clicks. So hopefully that was helpful information for you. If it was, feel free, give this video a thumbs up and make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future content as we come out with videos each week that hopefully help you with your home buying and selling experiences. So I'm Mike with Crane Realty, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.